All right. We are back. Change of Plans podcast. Joe and Vinny.
We're here
in the new location.
New spot. My headphones aren't working, though.
I got everything going on but that.
So why are we wearing them?
It's a good question.
It's a really good question. Cool. We're going to take these off, guys. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
You got to learn by doing. I think that's the important thing.
But we're back, dude. What do you guys think of the new scenery?
That sign is pretty sick. If I'm not mistaken, that's a Ryan special.
It is. It is. Oh shit. Hold on. Sorry. I was trying to repost on Facebook.
No, that's
so
good.
While you take care of that.
Maybe mute that if you wanted to. But that's good. No, right? I told you the audio sounds good, doesn't it?
It does.
Really good.
It does.
So,
we're like professionals now.
Yeah, we got this fun studio. We're still working out a few kinks.
It's kind of jerry-rigged over here.
But, again, as long as, we're sitting here together. We don't necessarily need headphones. That's the cool thing.
Yeah, we're not sitting that far apart.
No, we're not.
We're kind of leaning far over, though. We're trying to figure out the setup, guys.
Well, we'll figure it out.
All right.
We'll kind of settle in and it'll. So I got to tell you, I had a crazy day today.
Do tell.
Crazy day today. Me and the boss man don't get along. This has been an ongoing saga. And so it happened again. He just when I thought everything was going great, it's not. And so I hear from a few people, he doesn't think you're in enough. You're not in the office.
Oh, enough. Yes, you were telling me about that.
All right, you would like this. I wrote an email that has detailed everything. It was long. I cited the American with Disabilities Act because my daughter's autistic.
Oh, you went.
Oh yeah, no,
you went ADA on him. That's my favorite.
Yes. And here's the reason why I did it. Right? It's like, dude, all I do is break my ass for this guy, and it's like every couple of weeks. Oh, you're a good employee. I'm glad I hired you. And then you give it a week, and it's like, fuck you. Like, all right, my God, you can't win with this guy. So I hear through the grapevine that he's all bent out of shape, and I immediately go on the offensive because that's what I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're pretty aggressive with that. You come a little hot out of the box.
Fire off the email. We don't have an HR department, so I send it to the business manager. And
well, like how do you guys not have an HR department? You guys are a pretty big radio program.
Well,
you guys might want to call the lawyer on that one.
I've talked to the guy before about that. It's not an ideal sitch. Anyway, so a client of his texted the both of us on Monday, right after I sent that email, where basically I said, I'm a salaried employee, but I'm not working outside of these 7.5 hours per day.
Okay.
And the woman happened to hit me right at the beginning of the window where I'm not reachable anymore.
Was it like a minute after? Were you like that?
It was like 11:03, bro.
Yeah, like that golfer that was 20 seconds late for his tee time. Yeah.
So the client texted the both of us, but the information she was seeking was me.
Yep.
Now, as I told my boss in our meeting today, I'm a professional, so of course I responded. Just not to the thread you were on.
Nice.
I said I wanted to make you sweat because I'm a dick. Yeah. I could be super petty, and I don't want to be petty. I'm on your team.
Remember that used to be our tagline, don't be a dick.
I mean, it's the fucking best advice in the world. Again, it's like, dude, if you want me to work hard and you want me to be dedicated and you're not nice to me,
Yeah.
No,
Like,
you're gonna get the fucking bare minimum. I mean,
correct. Like, so little tidbit for all you bosses out there. Like, yes, you want to pay people well, but just don't be a dick and you're going to get a lot farther with your employees in life.
And this guy's one of those people that always needs shit.
That's the worst.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm happy to say no. I'm happy to be that guy. The other issue that we had is sometimes he goes a looking for me, which is silly. As I said, you have my cell phone, call me. But he'll ask other DJs on some of the other stations if they've seen me.
Dude, that's the worst when they know you're not there.
Now,
like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, you already know I'm not in the building.
He'll go looking for me at a day and the time where he knows I'm not going to be there. And everybody likes me. Everybody likes me. So people lie to him and they'll be like, oh, yeah, no, I just saw him a minute ago. And I've been
in the
gone
bathroom
for 4 or 5 hours. And so last Friday, in the midst of all what's going on, one of my coworkers is like, hey, he's looking for you. So I call him up. I'm like, what's up? And he tells me what he needs. And he's like, Chris lied. He said that you were there. I said, no, I'm home. Everybody knows I'm home today. I told everybody. Why are they lying for you? So now it's like some kind of weird loyalty test. Like people are protecting me. And I'm like, well, they don't need to protect me because
I'm home and
they know where I'm. They know I'm not there. I tell them I'm not coming back today, or I am coming back today, so everybody's informed. And he was like, "Well, I don't know what's going on." Okay, that's a different thing.
Yep.
I just assumed you'd just want us to handle our business because that's what we do. Anyway, the wildest thing. The last like 15 minutes of the conversation, I don't know. I feel like the guy had a little bit of an epiphany because he's talking to two 30-year radio veterans. And we start talking ideas and how to improve all of the radio stations. And I said, you've got 60 years here.
They might want to listen.
We can have conversations like this. This is pleasant and it's fun. And I think we've thought of like 4 really good ideas that we could implement and it'll make a difference. Be nice to people and we can have like a collaborative effort because at the end of the day, we all have the same interest at heart.
Yeah,
right? We all want to make that
Yeah.
successful. And I was like, whether I'm there or I'm at my house, it's my reputation, right? Like my name's attached to that. I'm not gonna just because I'm working from home doesn't mean I'm gonna half-ass it. I'm still putting together a quality show.
But what I will say, Joe, not to defend your douchebag boss, because he sounds like a raging doucher. But I will say, being the boss man of a very heavy-hitting law firm, MPF Law.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's us, and then there's everybody else.
There should be an MPF sign.
Yeah, we should get that.
Here.
I got this cool basketball hoop, though. I don't know if you can't see
the
the
ball?
picture yet. But, like, sometimes I do like having people in the office, right? Like, I think we have the capability to work remotely and all that jazz, right? But I think to your point too is, the better work environment, the more collaborative it is, and that sort of thing. And I think bosses tend to forget. Like, I'm a little different because I'm a cool boss, but I'm also doing the legwork. But when you're in a corporation like you are, like, they're not the on-air talent, right? They don't know what it takes to make on-air work. So you have to be able to sit there and listen instead of being stuck in your title of, well, I'm the director or boss, or even I was telling an attorney this the other day. You can't walk around and identify as an attorney because then you're just a douche, right? So you can't let that be your identity, and you do have to take care of your employees. But it is a balance because I think the older generation is going to want to see people at the office, right? Because you get up, it's like when you were a factory worker, right? There was no option of working from home. But I think to your point, and because this is the balance I'm learning as I'm hiring younger attorneys and a younger generation, is they could do it from anywhere, right? Like when I first started in a firm, like I'd be in before the boss and I left before the boss, but we didn't have the technology to do it. I don't know how I would be as your boss because you're a bit aggressive.
I mean, all right, I am.
I mean, I think you call it your boss douche several times, or it might have been me, but I was just speaking for you. Just let me be clear,
Yeah,
1041. It wasn't Joe saying doucher.
that
That
was
was
you.
me.
So again, right this is the other big thing, and this has been a thing from before, is I am one of the only employees this guy has who will shoot him straight.
Yeah.
I tell him what's going on. If he asks me a yes or no question, my instant answer isn't yes, like everybody else there. My answer is depending on what it is, and I don't always say yes. And I know that that's, again, it's weird because he's so used to everybody
Yeah, he
always rolling over,
he wants a yes
and
man, and
he
it's not.
does. And I mean, again, when we got together 2 years ago, I thought I was pretty clear in what I was bringing to the table, you know.
But I think that's it. Like, it's a good point to make, because I think if you're surrounded by people who just say yes, like, how are you being a better person, right? Like a better
Mhm.
husband, a better friend, like that sort of thing. So if you're that person who just wants yes men or yes women, because I want to be politically correct around here, then you just don't want to be a better person, right? Like, you're not out here to learn and be better than you were the next day. You just want everyone to say you're right all the time. And if you're that person in the room, you know what they say, you're the smartest person in the room. Most likely you're the dumbest person in the room. And that's frustrating. So I think people take it as off-putting, but it's actually more productive than just saying yes. Especially if, like in your field, if the guy's not an on-air talent and he may know the business aspect,
Yeah.
maybe, right? Know how to run, make sure everything's operating, the money's flowing, and that sort of thing. But you got to listen to the people who have the boots on the ground, right? Like for me, like, yeah, I'm the guy who goes to court and does everything, but without my staff, without every one of my people doing their job, I can't go do my job. And that's something that you have to remember. But to your point, like you said, like, you can't be a yes person all the time, and that's tough. And that sucks for him, because you are not that guy.
Well, and I think I told you the story at the weed convention a couple months ago, where I said to him, I'm like, nobody ever wants to tell you bad news. And he was like, good. And I was like, not good. And then it ends up, I'm the fucking guy who's got to be like, hey, listen,
It's not working out. Yep.
bad news, because nobody else wants to tell you. And then it looks like, right, I'm the bad guy. Oh, every time he comes to me, it's like, well, this is shit that in my 30 years of experience, I don't think you know it. I don't think you know this. You need to know. And that's why I inform you. I think he's lucky to have somebody like me.
Well, because if you don't have that person, eventually you're going to find out shit hit the fan. And by the time you find it out, it's too late, right? Like, so if my office and the people I work with and my friends will call me out on my shit, right? Like, because if they don't, I'm going to keep doing that shit. And eventually your employees or your friends aren't happy, or your wife's not happy. And by the time they get to that point, they're already moved on from you, because they're like, you know what? I'm done with it. You've been doing this for 6, 8, 10 months. And then, they don't have any motivation to communicate with you, and they're just not going to work as hard or be as good of a friend or as good as a spouse. So that's a tough spot to be in, but keep being Joe.
I'll tell you, the whole thing at the end, it ended on a very positive note. And I'll say this. I mean, to your point about on-air talent, and look, does the guy know the radio business? Certainly. Does he know how to be on-air talent? No. And I think most people don't. That said, his belief in having live local on-air talent in an age where a lot of companies are getting away from that, and you're getting just national voices from across the country on your local radio stations. I love the fact that this guy still believes that that's what wins the day. And to the point of, yeah, listen, Tuesday, I did my entire show live, start to finish.
Yeah.
And it was 4 hours of just sitting in a studio, right? Coming up with material. It was amazing. I loved it. It was great. I wish I could do it every day. I wish I had more time. I wish I could do that every day, but
do you find that do you prefer that more than like pre-recording?
It's funny. It's a different experience. But when you're pre-recording, you have to, before you start the next, right? I pause for a second, kind of gather my thoughts, and then again, it's like a big burst of energy because it's like I'm not spacing this out over 4 hours. I'm gonna record it all in 15 minutes
Yep.
and then edit it up, and then I gotta upload it and stuff. But um yeah, to do it live is amazing. It's such a great feeling too, I mean, there's no safety net when you're live.
Yeah.
As you know here, I
Yeah.
mean, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing right now. It's, whatever happens, happens. And I love that. And it's fun. And then I'm even talking over intros of songs and try to make jokes before the singer starts singing.
Yeah. Like not that it's the same thing, but like when I used to do the DJing and battle rapping and stuff, I can't go sit there and write, right? Like I couldn't go write a verse and then catch the beat and spit it. Like, but I could do it on point. And it's kind of like how I am in court is that I prep for like my trials and hearings, but a lot of it I wait and see because it's that energy, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think I couldn't like pre-record. I mean, I guess we could pre-record the podcast because it kind of be the same thing when it's not doing it live. But yeah, I think I would be more like on air live, but also that takes 4 hours of your day, right? Where you could do something that's a 4 hour bit in 15, 20 minutes. And now you're being more productive, more things for, like if I'm a boss and I'm like, you could give me the same show in 15 minutes, edit it all up, and I can have you do other stuff, build another show. But I think once again, it's coming to grips with that style of work when you've been working 40 years doing it one way.
Yeah.
But that's what the good part about technology is now. It's like the whole AI argument. People are like, oh my God, it's gonna take over the world and kill us. But like I could download 800 pages of a bank statement and have it analyze deposits, withdrawals, and all of that stuff in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'll be ready for trial. And I slept good at night because I didn't have to do it all by hand.
I've started using AI to prep guests. It's like, oh, I'm going to have Vinnie Provenzano on. What do I want to ask him? And it'll give me like Vinnie's specialty, blah, blah, blah. Vinnie doesn't, and then it's like, oh, wow, this is great. I know exactly the topics to cater interviews around with you. I love doing it. Or I'll take a really long news story and I put it in the AI and I'm like, put that in a paragraph.
Yeah. Like,
something concise. And I'll tell you, look, the important thing, and I'm sure you've heard this with being a lawyer, and I've heard this from a lot of lawyers, that the AI right now, and this is why you really gotta proofread what the AI gets you. This is especially true if you're a lawyer, if you haven't already heard or learned the hard way. It will find fake case law.
Dude, it's the like.
Have you had that happen?
So we got a bunch of pro se parties, and we got this one guy. He is the king of ChatGPT, and he submits these briefs, and they're fake cases. They're not even like the wrong case,
right?
They're
case,
just
completely fake
cases, right? So once again, there's good ways to use it and bad ways to use it. And in my field, like I've had clients that, well, ChatGPT told me not to tell you. Like when you start referring, to your ChatGPT as Alice, right? Like it's a person, you got a problem. So you just got to be like, it was the craziest thing I've ever heard somebody say, right? Like before you listen to your attorney or your doctor, you're talking to Alice, your ChatGPT thing, right? So yes, it's good for some things. But in my field, it's an absolute nightmare right now. And it's driving the courts crazy because now the courts are getting pro se parties inundated with the ChatGPT stuff. And it's clear, right? Like, it's not like you're trying to hide the fact that you ChatGPT the shit out of this email, right?
Yeah.
And the great part is, like, if you just tell, hey, don't sound like ChatGPT, they'll write something that sounds like a normal person.
Yeah, write this thing up like I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, just do that. Like, I use Perplexity. So, like, you pay for it, but it's a combination of Claude, ChatGPT, and it actually has its own computer now, right? So you could put in these, like, financial documents and stuff, and you're watching the computer actually analyze, like, everything. But I think it's becoming to a point where people are relying on it and you're just being fucking lazy, and it drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely crazy because there's not worse than getting like a email ChatGPT like from your client. Like, and literally, like, they just cut and paste and it says generated by ChatGPT at the bottom. Like,
Yeah.
they're not even
No, not even
making
hiding
an
it.
effort.
Not even hiding
And
it.
so yes, but if people go to the extremes because it's easy and quick. So I think, you know, like anything in life, you find something that's a shortcut, but make sure it's a reliable shortcut. And if you do things virtually, like your boss doesn't want you to do, but it makes sense, you got to be able to sit there and explain it to them. I know from the core aspect, like before COVID, we never did anything virtual. And now we do a lot of our quick stuff that would take 3 hours out of our day for a 15-minute status conference. We do it virtually, right? So there's good things with the virtual and adjusting the way you work because you have to work smarter, not harder necessarily.
Yeah.
And you could get a better product, but I think it's that you're at that generational gap where you're trying to kind of stay on the cutting edge and a new workflow, and you still have that older generation in, especially like the, you know, upper ends of people in corporations that are still trying to be back in, you know, 80s, 90s, 2000s where you got to be in the office. So, but it's like that everywhere. I mean, and then you get the younger generation who just doesn't think they ever have to go to work. It's just, you know, fucking ripping vapes in their bed and working, which is wild. Speaking of did you watch that Netflix special about the girl who just ran the car
Oh
into the
my God,
building?
I watched that shit last night.
Yo, and newsflash, kids, I think every 19, 20-year-olds is watch it because everything you're putting on TikTok is gonna bite you in the ass.
Yeah, it's funny. This girl's an influencer and a prolific weed smoker.
What
And
shrooms, weed,
and shrooms,
like
well, and right, but here's the like, I guess this is one of the big parts of the case was she didn't have any of that in her system when she smashed into the wall.
right.
She didn't.
Yeah.
No
Well,
drugs.
no,
No.
she had pots.
No. Yeah, right. Right. She passed out behind the wheel, and her 4'11", 95-pound frame jacked into the gas pedal. No, so I was fascinated by that. I'm sure you were too. But she doesn't remember anything from just before the crash to like just after.
Well,
She's no idea what
well,
happened.
what I found like amazing. So one, everyone was looking at her social media posts on the closing argument, which is a bunch of bullshit, by the way, right? These kids are just making viral TikTok reels, following trends. Like, I get that.
Oh,
Like,
there was a TikTok from like 2 years earlier where she's doing it was a pretty popular TikTok where it's like, you know, I'm the kind of girl like you would die for.
yeah, and they're like, "Oh my god, see?" And I'm
She
like,
planned it. She's been planning his
"No."
death for years, and it's like no, like a lot of people did that one. That's
Yeah,
not,
right. Like, but I think on the flip side, what I thought more interesting is seeing her like pre-prison and then like her prison interview, like she's Griselda. Like she just became hood.
yeah.
Like like had
Well, I
the
think that'll happen in the prison.
yeah. Yeah. But I think I felt bad for her because her parents were the biggest douchebags. Like ever.
Yeah.
Like the dad's like, I don't care if she's doing shrooms and weed and all this stuff. And then the mom gets up there to talk on her daughter's behalf. I would have killed my
Bro,
mom
let
in
me
court.
ask you something. I watched this with my wife, who's a lawyer, but she doesn't do
Yeah.
like cases like you do. I have never seen this before. During it was like the witness impact statement or the sentencing
Yep.
hearing. The mother was speaking, and the judge basically was like, I don't really like what you're saying. You haven't mentioned the victims at all. And I was like, oh, I didn't know the judge could like talk back to you.
Oh, dude,
Is that a thing?
they absolutely do.
That was wild. I'd never seen that before.
And if I'm like that daughter, my mom, like she was like, oh, that other kid who died, he was just a new friend.
Yeah.
Like you just fucking had a piece of toilet paper on your shirt.
We didn't know him that
And
well.
you saw her daughter's face was like,
yeah.
And then you're like, you know what? I understand why this kid got here. You got like a frat boy dad and like psycho mom who's like, oh, she didn't do anything wrong.
Well, also, right, she I think was 17 and she moved in with the boyfriend, which to your point, the father was like, I don't care. I was watching young love blossom.
Oh, dude, absolutely insane. It was I mean, I see it every day, so it's not like shocking. Oh my god, someone did that.
Yeah.
But I think how I just felt I didn't feel bad for her because she clearly killed these two people. Well, she really wanted to kill her boyfriend. This guy was just happened to be in the fucking car.
Collateral damage.
But like you look at the parents and you're just like fucking amazeballs, bro. Like this is gonna be on Netflix, and you look like the worst parents on the planet. But yeah, the social media stuff was like fucking crazy. Like if my kid's out here just blazing fat joints, banging mushrooms, and fucking motherfucking teachers, like, and the dad's like, yeah, she was a great kid.
So I teach. Sometimes my students are, younger people under 30. Sometimes they're older. But when I have those people, I always do are you guys on social media? Yeah. And if they're not, obviously get on it. But I'll say to them, are there any pictures of you with blunts, guns, or cash? If there are, I'm going to ask you to go on that page right now and take that shit down. Because as somebody who was hired and hires people frequently, I will instantly look you up on social media.
Oh, for sure.
And if you're going to be representing me or my brand or a brand I'm associated with, and you're dumb enough to put pictures of yourself like that on social media, you're not the kind of person I want working for me. I mean, I think it takes a stupid person to put something like that on social media. I really do. I don't. Like, what is the benefit of then we got
like
what is that?
You get these people that are like, and I get this all the time from clients. Well, it's like my freedom of speech, my freedom of expression. And I'm like, yes, you could say and do whatever you want and post it.
Correct.
But you're not free from repercussions. Right? Like
correct. Oh, I'm big on that.
Like it's like when, you get people that, will call, a black person the N-word, and then they're like, well, why did I get knocked the fuck out? Well, you're free to say it, sir.
I personally think the laws on that should be, if you utter a racial slur, whatever happens next under the law,
that's your punishment.
Protected. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I can't say the N-word. Oh, you can, but whatever happens right after that, that'll be the end of it.
Yeah, like you're right. Like you can't get arrested for it.
Correct.
But usually the arrest happens after you get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
But it's justified. So I hate that. But yes, young kids going out there and you're trying to get jobs. Like, let's not do that today. I remember so I think Jess was my stepson was maybe a sophomore in high school, and went out with his friends. They were over his friends' house. They got a hot tub, a couple ladies in there, and they're like making a rap video. It was hilarious. And of course, my wife saw it. Right. And, she wasn't exactly thrilled about, white Pac out here in Cromwell spitting flames in a hot tub with some betties.
White Pac.
Right.
I like
so
that.
I was pretty proud. I'm not going to lie. Right. But then I had to go talk to Jess, be like, hey, bro, that looks like a great time. I wish I was there when I was your age, not now. Yeah, AC just came on. You feel that?
Dang!
You're not sweating in Joe's basement.
Oh, mama. Yeah. Wow, that really hit nice.
But I told him, I'm like, listen, could you just not post it on the internet because I don't want to have to hear about it.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of you, right? Like, so, but you never know. Like, you're posting shit on TikTok and then you're just tired of your boyfriend one day and you want to drive into a wall. You're fucked. Like, I told my wife, like, I'm not worried about getting in the car with my wife and doing that. She drives like 58 miles an hour. So I might break an arm, but I'm not going to die. But that shit was wild. I mean, she was going a buck. Like, just imagine, like, being in the car with that.
Well, so I find that interesting. And also, and I don't know if there's any truth to this, but at the end, the mother was talking. I guess it was like a text message. the boyfriend had at one point, like a week earlier, they were driving and he pulled on the wheel. Did you know that?
What happened? Sorry, my kid
About
just
a
texted
week
me.
earlier, they were driving and the boyfriend yanked on the wheel while she was driving. Now, of course, that wouldn't explain why she was going 100, nor would it explain would he have steered it into a wall. That makes no sense.
But that's another part of bad lawyering, right? Because that part of the text message never got into evidence. Like, what are you doing as a lawyer? Like, if you
Right, that's
have
important.
that,
Yeah.
like you, and
How'd
you're-
that not get in?
yeah, well, we'll appeal it. No, you had the opportunity to present it and you didn't. Like, you're a loser. Like, I saw the attorney. Like, I'm like, this guy's not winning. Like, you're just not winning, right? Like, I'm not doing that, and I'm not doing a court trial with that case. I'm gonna pick some parents on the stand.
Also, I think looking at a jury and saying like anybody with like an modicum of intelligence can clearly see there was no intent here. And it's like, I think there was intent. And also now I think you said I'm stupid.
Yeah, but
I already don't like you. And this is your opening statement.
Well, and you did it in front of a judge. Like a jury, you just need one.
Oh, right. You know what? I forgot she did the bench judge.
Yeah,
which, by the way, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Don't ever do a bench trial. In a bench trial, you're just talking to the judge, and the judge weighs the evidence and decides. With a jury, you need 12 people to be like, nah, you definitely did it. You got a much better chance with 12 people that one of them is like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
not sure.
It really depends on the case, though, right? Like, so say you got like
expert. In that case, if you were a lawyer,
no, I'm going jury,
you
right?
Got it, right?
Because you're gonna get a bunch of parents on the stand.
If I could get one person to think maybe they didn't quite prove the case, it's hung.
Well, because you get a bunch of parents, and that could be any one of your kids.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Right, and you don't know, like. Maybe she didn't do it. Do you want to run the risk of being wrong?
Sending this really pretty girl to prison for life.
Yeah, and like the TikTok video, be like, yo, my kid made 17 of those last week. Like, that's not hitting home, right? Like things like for me, if I'm representing someone who collects child porn, like fucking, baseball cards, that's going to a judge.
Yeah.
Right. Like I got a case now where it's all based on like metadata, geolocation, really like you don't have the smoking gun, but that jury's gonna be like, well, someone's a pervert.
Yeah.
Something happened, right? Where a judge is gonna look at the technical aspects of that and because they see pervs every day, right? Like I can tell you I had a trial. It was a sex assault trial. My client, I think, was 62. Girl, 16 years old. And Joe's laughing at this, by the way. Now he's, what comments? Say you were just so. And by the way, when you lean over now, you're really in that fucking computer reading comments.
Here's somebody here, Jeff Prescott. Since when did Roman Reigns and Bubba Ray Dudley get their own podcast? That's pretty funny, Jeff.
I don't even know who those two people are.
I know who he's calling you, and it's funny.
Who am I? Am I Bubba Reigns?
No.
I don't. You got to fill me in on the fucking joke. This guy just made fun of me.
It's wrestlers.
I got it.
It's wrestlers.
Hey, Jamie.
Oh, is Jamie our guest tonight? That's awesome.
Come on in.
Jamie, welcome to the podcast.
I'm going to Google those wrestlers later. I'm going to come find you, dude.
You met Jeff.
Oh, at the party.
You met Jeff at the party?
Yes, at the party.
Right
so I had a 62-year-old. His daughter has a sleepover.
Yeah.
His daughter's 16. Friends are 16.
I could see where this
You already know where you're going, right? So it was not good. She was hammered. They had sex.
Oh,
there we go. Right. So, anyways. So the issue for my case was actually pretty interesting because was she too drunk to give consent or not give consent, right? Was she just blacked out, but like after it's done, she gets up, calls her boyfriend, and runs out of the house. Well, he never said fucking no. And I know I sound like a creep right now.
By the way, giving consent, is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Yeah, right. So, right. So like the argument is that like, maybe she wanted it, maybe she didn't, but she didn't say no. And she clearly wasn't that drunk because she got up and left, called people and whatever, right? It sounds like an asshole of an argument, but that's the law.
Yeah.
But I tried telling my client, I'm like, listen, it's perception versus reality.
Yeah.
You're in front of a jury. They see an old man who's from, I think, like Ghana.
Oh, you're going to jail.
Right. And so, like, my closing argument, I get up there and I'm feeling pretty good, right? Like, that's my jam. I get up there, I don't got a notepad. I'm like, let me walk you through the mind of a criminal attorney. Shit sounds creepy. Creepy factor 1,000, but is it illegal? And this is how, and I walk them through the process and how we analyze the case. Everyone's like nodding and they're like, man, that's great, right? Marshall, everyone's like, Vin, that was phenomenal. State attorney gets up and was like, well, while he's waiting in line for his social security check, she's getting off a school bus. And I just shut my fucking briefcase. Because then the jury's like, well,
that's an old motherfucker.
Yeah, we don't care about the fucking law at this point.
Yeah.
Creeper McCreeperson, you're going to jail. And that's what happens in the law. So just because you may think you have the law on your side, you got real people making these decisions.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Right. And that's what I try to tell people in life. Like, you might think you're right, but you're probably not. Like, I don't care. Like you're a fact checker guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're a big facts guy. I don't deal in facts. I don't care about facts.
You care about perception.
Yes, I care about the story I'm about to tell.
He's the nuancer.
Yes, I am the gray guy. Like, yeah, fuck your facts and encyclopedias. You know, I'll convince you dinosaurs have never existed, and here's why. You might not believe me, but you'll have some doubts.
This guy had just enough child porn that it doesn't quite count. That's got to be tough too. I mean, I would think,
dude.
And listen, I people are gonna hate this. Everybody's got the right to representation and whatever anybody's accused of. For instance, I don't know if you're familiar with the case in Meriden.
Which one?
The one where the woman was doing her OnlyFans and she fucked her dog.
Yeah, and that's one I wouldn't take, Joe.
They confiscated the dog, and I love this. They also confiscated her cats. She's not accused of doing anything for the cats, but it was...
Nah, she's not into the pussy.
It was for their own safety. Yeah, she's not into pussy. Yeah.
So, but that's the crazy part is, like, I would never take that case because it involves a dog. So I had a client.
Oh, yeah. Well, what if she banged the cats?
You're fine.
Not that you could bang cats.
No, you can't. Like, what? Like, I was in the hallway probably like 3 weeks ago in Manchester trying to wait my turn to talk about a case, and they were arguing about this fucking cat case and whether someone killed a cat. And I just poked my head in the door, like, who cares? Just walk down the street and get another fucking cat. I don't like cats. There's a million of them out there, whatever. Right. But I was just having a conversation with a client today. She's going through a rough, like, divorce. Dad's in jail, out of jail, kidnaps the kids, drives them to Stanford, uses them as a human shield when the cops come. Crazy. Nicest lady. And, you know, I'm giving her, like, I tend to float between attorney, life coach, and all this stuff, depending on what my clients need, because and she's like, oh, you're so nice. And I'm like, well, I'm just telling you, if I was representing your husband, this is how it would go down.
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she's like, you do that? I'm like, yeah, I represent all these people. And she's like, well, how do you do that? I was like, because I can compartmentalize. It's a job.
Yeah.
I got to pay my mortgage, and I could tell any story to anybody. I don't think you're a great person and we're not going to be friends, but I got a job to do. And it's not for everybody. I mean, I see the worst of the worst. And it's pretty crazy. Like, the people out there, like, just like absolutely wild.
I got a buddy who is on the sex registry.
Mm-hmm.
Acquaintance, really. Not
wow. Joe got all the friends.
I don't want you to, don't make it. Anyway, and it's funny because, long story short, we were doing work with a youth organization, and somebody tipped me off and was like, hey, have you Googled that guy you've been working with? And I was like, no. And they were like, well, yeah, maybe do that. And I looked it up and I see the guy on the sex registry. And so I call him up and I'm like, hey, I think we got to talk because I'm trying to strike a deal with this youth group and you're going to be my lead guy. And my understanding is you can't be around kids. This is a problem. And so he was in the service and I guess the commander or whatever the hell it is in the Navy, his daughter's at a party. She's 16. I want to say it was something like her and her cousin, like they're topless, they're making out. People are taking pictures and shit. And they're 16 or maybe 15.
It's 15.
I'm not sure what the law is.
It's 15.
All I know is the second one of those dudes hit send,
you're done.
To that guy, everybody was fucked. And basically he told me, it was like, oh my God, dude, like the picture got sent to me. I wasn't a sender. I got the picture.
Yeah.
And that's also bad. You don't want to get the picture.
No, that's.
And so basically they were like, well, we can go to trial and you can get up to 20 years in jail, or you can go on the sexual registry for like 10 years and you're on probation for 2 or whatever. And right. It's like, but he took the plea deal, obviously.
Well, you have to, because that type of stuff is strict liability, right? Like you got it. Although I just got a guy a suspended sentence on, so he's on the spectrum, finds a video on Pornhub. They take the video down and he's just ultra focused on this video, goes hunting, downloads a Dropbox of shit off the black web and bada boom, bada bing. Right. So, and I went and got an expert and all of this stuff. It took a lot of work. But then you're on this sex offender probation and registry, and it's like your worst nightmare, right? Unless you're in Florida in one of those cool pedo villages they have down there, which is awesome, by the way. Communities full of pedos. They have them.
That's insane. Go Florida.
Right. But I will tell you, I had a similar story. So we had this guy I used to work out at the gym with, right? Me, my buddy Rob, and a guy who will remain nameless. Right. And we worked on him for like a couple years, like see him, we go out to breakfast after, cool shit. Calls me one day, he's like, yo, Vin, I need your help. I got arrested. He's like, what did you get arrested for? Well, see, what happened was I knew my stepdaughter was sexting and her mom didn't believe her. So believe me. So what I did was I set up a camera in the shower.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. So, and I'm like sitting here like, and I'm trying to have a conversation with him, and he's like thinking I'm eating the pile of dog shit he's giving me. I'm like, okay, bro. Yeah. And the worst part is his 6-year-old son found the video on his iPad because of course it's like why is my sister with a colostomy bag naked in the shower, which is crazy.
What kind of porn is that?
Yeah. So anyways, and I'm like, whoa, do you have any priors? He's like, well, like 9 years ago, similar shit. And now I'm like, I really got to start vetting my friends. And so he's got to go to jail for some time. And he's like, yo, you're going to be, my boy when he come out. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm here. I haven't picked up that fucking phone since. Are you out of your fucking mind? Don't care. Call me when you're off the registry.
That's really
like
funny.
I am not. I'm ride or die with some shit. I'm not. I don't want to have to not be able to walk by any park I want and have to take the long route home because you can't go there. So, lesson for today, guys: leave the kids alone.
Now I don't remember what we were watching, but my wife said to me, we were talking about, I think, another court case. And it had to do with child porn. And I know what it was. And she was so the guy's on probation. Or he's out on bail, right, pending the trial. And my wife goes, so he's just walking around free. He's just home with his wife. And I said, is she supposed to watch him? Like, is that her responsibility to make sure he doesn't rape kids till he goes to trial? Which I think is kind of fucked up. She was like, no, I mean, I can't believe she's still with him. I'd be gone.
Yeah.
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 She was like, if you ever got busted for child porn, like, I'm out. And I was like, oh, no. I mean, all right.
Yeah,
I understand.
I got a case now where I can't talk about it because it's going to trial, but it's wild on what some of these spouses are willing to hang out with. And like I gotta stay cool and collected. Like I gotta be like, yeah, I get it. But in my head, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I get worried if I don't put the dishes in the dishwasher. Like these guys are out here just being perverts, right? But I will tell you, like, I got a guy now, he's going to jail for child porn, whatever, but he is the nicest guy in the world when he's on his meds.
Oh.
But when I first met him in lockup, he was like, I think I made a great legal assistant. I'm like, did you think this was a job interview? Dude, I have a great one. My staff, this is how great my staff is. I was interviewing for a new paralegal, and a guy came in, and I already knew I wasn't going to hire him. Whatever. I'm just not having a guy paralegal. I think it's just weird. But hey, teach his own. And so I'm talking to him, and I notice he's being a little shifty. And I'm like a human lie detector. And I'm like, all right, so as he's talking, I'm just pulling up some shit. And of course, it's like a sex assault. And I'm looking at the date, and I'm like, bro, what's that about? Well, he's like, I'm like, no, I don't know. Like, I'm like, listen, I understand why you didn't tell me, but you actually think you're going to come work in my law office? And my girls were like, you should give him a chance. I'm like, y'all got kids.
That's crazy.
Like, like I don't, like, there's never going to be any redemption for being a pervert. And P.S., I will tell you, if you're a person that's just into diddling kids, that's not a phase in life. I had one guy, I was dealing with his divorce, and he had cases in Georgia, North Carolina, New York, and Connecticut for whipping his dick out in front of his nephews and kids and shit. Just out here like
Why
fucking.
would you whip your dick out in front of your own nephews? I'm not saying you should target kids you're not related to, but I don't know.
Dude, so anyways, like I'm dealing with a fucking divorce case. Like I'm gonna do something for this guy, and he's like, "Well, I can't get the court before I got to go to jail. I'm going to rehab in Utah." I'm like, "You're going to rehab?" I was like, "And what's the first class? Don't pull your dick out in front of kids. Class dismissed."
Yeah.
Like, is that it? Is that the end of the course? And so then I got to sell him a bag of beans. Like, oh yeah, bro, sign this agreement. When you get out and you're rehab, you could go see your kids through reunification. And I did it with a straight face, like that's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's not, everybody.
No, I don't.
Like it is not. But yeah, there's no redeeming qualities for that shit. I could deal with a drug dealer. You want to fucking go kill somebody because they're an asshole, whatever, man. But like that's one you don't come back from because you got some issues, dude. I've been on trial for 8 days in Hartford. My client got accused of sexually assaulting the kids. Criminal case gets dismissed. 2 DCF substantiations overturned. Bunch of shit. It's a shitty situation. I personally think mom's batshit fucking crazy. But like, so you're going through trial and you're hearing all this testimony. And it's like, kids are drawing pictures of dicks and all this stuff. And in my head, I'm just like, maybe the kid just likes penises. That could be the fucking answer.
You know what? He could.
Dude, we were in Chambers and something else popped up about penises. And I'm like, it's penis gate. And no one laughed.
That's funny.
Like, I thought it was the greatest joke ever. Like, you judge, 4 attorneys, my intern's in there. And I'm like, penis gate. And my intern's like, that was funny, but it fell flat.
So I think I told you this story once. When I was 20, I went out with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
She was very attractive. I thought she was in her mid-20s. And I find out the next day she's 17.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, I might even say bud.
Now, her birthday was like 3 weeks away from 18. And I was like, listen.
Was she still in high school?
No, she had already graduated.
Oh, then
but
you're
she
fine.
Was, she was an October birthday.
What are you worried about?
No, I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying it was one of those things where, I mean, when she told me she was 17, I was like, what? 17? What the fuck?
Yo,
dude?
did you see that new? They have a new like dating show on Netflix, right? And like they go on a bunch of dates, and then you go to like the Ring of Trust or whatever, and then they drop the age bomb. So they pair up some like
Oh, for
fugazi.
real? Oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And so we're over at my buddy's house last weekend, and I was like, "This is the dumbest show." And I just sat there, and I was just like, "Oh my god, the guy's like 60 and she's 25," or you got a lady
That's
who
fucked
looks
up.
60. She's like, "I'm 45," and you're like, "Yo, bullshit." The kid's 21, and I'm like, "Dude, that's awesome." But see, I would love that show. Like, I would find the
Because you
oldest.
like them old cougs.
Oh, dude, I tell my wife. all
Actually,
the time.
what's a mother cougar?
I'm at that
a
age
grand
now.
cougar.
Like the cougars are my age.
Yeah.
So like I'm in like a silver fox, right? Or I think that's a dude. So I'm not into silver foxes.
Whatever. It's 2026, bro. Shit means whatever you want it to mean, you know? It's all good.
Yeah, but that's is it like a puma? It's like what's the next? Yeah, what's the next stuff from a
gotta
cougar?
be the step up's the puma.
Yeah, I'm gonna research that tonight on my internet search. Gilfs. That's what I need.
Oh my
A
god.
gilf. I'll be tying it down at a fucking convalescent home. That's why I don't go visit my mom, because there's a lot of old ladies over there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy pickings.
That would be like your dating reality show.
Yeah, my wife's never worried about me going out to the club and picking up girls. Because nah, dude. I'm
More like the bingo
bingo
hall.
night. I'm going to bingo at St. Joe's in Bristol tonight.
Silver Fox is a group of old sexy dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, I caught it, dude.
I don't know why Vinnie kept saying it.
I said it once, dude.
He was like, wait, what is it again? Silver Foxes.
Richard Gere.
No, wait, that's dudes. Yeah, Silver Foxes. No, damn it, dudes again.
I knew it as soon as I said it. I'm like, no.
Oh my god, you know what's hilarious? Speaking of Silver Fox, I used to go to this dispensary, and for the first like year, they had a security guard out front.
Yeah.
It was a younger black dude. And I don't know if you can tell. There's a lot of,
You're getting a lot of salt and pepper.
yo,
over
so
there.
I would walk up and we'd do the homie handshake and all that shit. And I never told him my name. I don't know what his was. Saw him like 3 times a week for like a year. But he started calling me. Hey, there he is. It's the Silver Fox. And I was like, oh,
like,
damn.
yeah.
And I really liked that. I thought that was cool. And the more I thought on it, the more I'm like, dude was gay. No, he was. He
Was
definitely was. Yeah, he was. He was super cool. And again, after a while, I was like, oh, you know what?
I don't think so.
No, he really is.
I think you would be like a bear.
If he was like a 55-year-old black guy and he was like, hey there, Silver Fox, like playa, that kind of shit, I would get it. Like a 24-year-old black guy is like, what's going on, Silver Fox? It's like, I don't think that guy's ironically saying, hello, older, handsome, middle-aged white guy.
No, you'd be like more like a bear or like a grizzly, whatever they.
No,
call
why
them.
would I be a bear? Why would I be a bear?
You got.
That's what all the gays tell me, bear. But I want to know why.
It's because you
shouldn't know this.
You want to know why I know it? Because I was watching a show on Netflix. The Big C, check it out. But yes, like the wife went to the gay bar with like her gay best friend, and they would just go through, well, that's a bear, that's a whatever. And I'm like, but then I started thinking, what would I be? I don't know yet.
Oh, a tink, I think they'd call it. No,
a tink?
A tink? I think it's called a tink. T-I-N-K.
A taint?
Yeah, like a dainty.
A taint?
A tink.
Not a taint.
Like Tinkerbell. You know, tink? Do you know? Have you heard that? That's a real thing.
We're Googling this right now. Hold on. If anyone knows the answer, feel free to put it on the screen. What is?
I'm pretty sure that's what you are. That's what they would consider you.
What is a tink? All right, guys. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I could be a tink.
Yeah.
A gay or bisexual young man with a slim build and youthful appearance.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
you.
I'm a fucking tink all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right on, dude.
Now that we know what we would be if we were gay.
Maybe that'd be our new show.
Yeah.
Tink and the Bear. Dude,
Next
we just
week-
got it. Next week, Tink and the Bear.
Next week we're gonna try to figure out which Golden Girl we are. It's gonna be awesome. Every week we'll try to solve something.
We
you
will.
know?
We will. I feel good though. That's gonna be our new thing. Tink and the Bear, dude.
Tink and the Bear.
We got to expand our audience.
Change your license plate, Vin.
Oh, to Tink. Oh,
Tink.
no. Oh no.
Oh shit! You could put me Tink. Me Tink. I love that idea.
I used to have a custom plate with my like MPF law on it. And one, it created a problem because I kept getting pulled over or cutting people off, and then they would email my firm. My partners get mad. But I took it off literally the next day. I was in Waterbury, and some homeless guy's like, MPF law, my penis flaw. And I'm like, I just got roasted by a homeless guy in my Mercedes, and I took it off.
That guy was waiting for the longest time to
I
get.
bet you would have liked my Tink license plate, though.
Hey, what's up, me Tink? You just reminded me of a funny story. When I first got in the radio, my boss was telling me a story. There was this guy, and he's driving the station vehicle.
Yep.
And a lot of traffic, and he's kind of weaving in and out, heading back to the radio station. And you should never do this in a work vehicle, especially a radio station. He may have flipped off a person or two who beeped at him.
Yeah.
So he gets back to the radio station. And mind you, this is like 1996. Okay. So communication's not what it is today. He gets back to the radio station and he gets pulled right into the boss's office. He's like, "What's up?" And they were like, "Dude, what the fuck were you doing today? Got a lot of complaints about you." He goes, "Oh my God, man." He's like, "I was driving back from the radio station and all these people were driving really slow with their headlights on." And so he was weaving in and out to get around these slow moving vehicles with their headlights on. And they were like, "That's a fucking funeral procession." You imagine your favorite radio station? It's like, honk!
I will say, though, that is completely frustrating. Like, it's like, you know what I can't stand too? Like, if I don't leave the gym or somewhere right on time, it's school buses in the morning.
Oh, dear Lord.
Like, and the fact that your fat ass kids can't walk down to one bus stop and just all get on the fucking bus. Like, why do buses stop at every fucking driveway now?
Oh, that's the thing.
Why? Like, part of the fun of being a kid is you're walking to the
They
bus
used
stop
to
with your
stop
kids.
in front of my house, and then they would go literally a house and a half down because it was on the other side of the street. But it was like, and literally, the guy would pick them up and then drive like 10 feet and pick up the other kids.
Bro, I can't. It enrages me. And I'm going to hell for this. But there's this one house, if I don't catch the road I come down to get to the office, I will say he must be a great dad. His kids got some special needs, but it takes forever for him to get down this driveway. And I'm like, bro, either just be waiting out there or just drive your kid to school, because it's really like, it's frustrating. And I sound like a dick, but it's just like, go back to bus stops, stop childhood obesity, and fucking make him hoof it a little bit.
Make him hoof it.
And if your kid's kind of fucking chubby, he's probably not getting kidnapped. So it's safe.
That's really funny.
It's safe. Your kid, everyone's taking the Tink. They're not taking the Bear. Drives me nuts. It's horrible. I'm going to get yelled at for that one when I get home.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all good, though.
My wife's going to be mad because I'm fat shaming kids.
Well,
but like, seriously, like, no one's taking the Bear. They'll take a Tink. If your kid's a Tink,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You fucking drop that kid off at
I
school.
would say the number one kid on the kidnapping list is the Tanks. Easy to pick up. You know, they don't even scream that loud.
Remember,
it's
like,
pitched.
when you were a kid, there was always that, hey, watch out for the blue van. It was always a blue van.
Yeah.
Like anytime someone had a van in the neighborhood, you stay in the house.
When I was a kid, I was probably 7, 8, 9 years old, something like that. I was with a bunch of my friends in my neighborhood, and a guy in a van pulled up and asked us for directions. And because I'm such an asshole and I've always been one, I step right up to the window and I'm 9 years old. I don't know where shit is.
He's got Skittles, now and later in the
this
sea.
Guy's like, yo, I need to, and he tells me where he wants to go. And I go, all right, here's what you're going to do. And you're going to go follow this. You're going to take a right. I mean, I sent this guy off to fucking God knows where. And it's very likely this was a kidnapper. You know what I mean? And hey, where you got to go? Oh yeah, no, I know exactly. I'm 9. I know exactly you. And yeah,
dude, I was living in Waterbury with my ex-wife, and she's like a big CrossFitter, right? Like, post pictures of her pulling fucking trucks and looks like Brian Urlacher with long hair and tits. And so she used to like going running at Waterbury at night. Well, you know, I really didn't think anything of it because she's not prime kidnap material. Like, you see my ex-wife running, you're like, not today. So she comes in breathing heavy, like freaking out. Some dude got out of a truck and was chasing me. And I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. And she's like, what is so funny? I was like, was it the A-Team? Like, did Hannibal and Mr. T come out of the fucking van? Like, how many were in the van trying to kidnap you? She's like, what does that mean? I'm like, you look like a middle linebacker. This guy had to be ginormous.
Right.
And you wonder why I got a divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I hope I get kidnapped. Sometimes I just walk around just hoping someone just like.
I got kidnapped once for like an hour and a half, and
they returned you.
I was stoned the whole time, and I didn't know I was being held against my will. Let me tell you that story.
No.
Really?
How old were you?
It was 1998, 23.
You were 23 in 1998?
Yeah.
I was graduating high school.
I was born in 75. I was 23 in 1998. You were graduating high school?
Yeah.
You're such a young buck.
That's why I'm such a good-looking tink.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, I think it's gone pretty well here. It looks like a lot of the comments aren't showing up because it looks like they're really only coming from the YouTube page.
That's all right. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the show. We're back at it. New spot. The Bear and Tink. We're after it today.
Yeah, and too, I think we'll have some guests soon.
Yeah, we got a third mic.
Put you right on over on the end there.
Yeah, so you're off screen, but you could talk.
Well, I'm almost off screen. Look where I am.
I'm kind of comfortable. Yeah. You gotta fix that sitting position because you've been sitting like that. Your back's gotta fucking hurt.
Anyway.
Right. Anyways, not a ton of life advice tonight, but if I was to point out some things, don't look at kiddie porn.
Yo, that's bad. Don't.
Stay away from strangers and vans. And go figure out if you're a tinker or a bear tonight. That's
you already know what you are.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the fucking mirror. If you can't figure it out, you're hopeless.
I know it must be my weight loss journey has turned me from a bear to a tink. That's what I'm talking about. What a good day.
By the way, I don't know if Ryan's still watching, but that sign is pretty great.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan. Made the new sign. Hope you guys like it. We'll be back next week, hopefully.
Why wouldn't we be? You're looking at me like I'm going to do something.
Hopefully
we'll be back next week.
And make sure you get on Joe to make sure you post this shit on iTunes because I get complaints all the time.
I know. I hate to deprive people.
Yeah.
I hate to deprive
I
people.
literally had someone reach out the other day, be like, dude, are you guys doing any more shows? They miss us, Joe.
No, they got us back. Yeah, they did. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week. changeofplanct.com.
Next week we're gonna review all 3 of Drake's shitty albums.
Oh my God. And then, like I said, also we'll figure out which Golden Girl we are. Thanks for watching. See you
Later,
next
guys.
time.